Okay, hello guys, it's 3Designs here with my first tutorial in 3ds Max. Yeah, I know it's a whole new interface, and today we're just gonna learn like the basics. I'm not gonna go into modeling and stuff and more complicated stuff just yet because it's just too much information. So it's just gonna be like, I don't know, how to move around the camera, customize your layout and stuff. Okay, so let's get started. I personally don't like this layout, like where you have the top, front, left, and perspective like this. What I like to do is change it by right-clicking on one of these buttons here. You know, zoom all, whatever. Like, yeah. Then you go to layout, and I personally like this one. I change the top view to perspective with a left mouse button click. And this one to top, because top is like the most essential one, in my opinion. Okay, now to make the screen go big, like this, you press Alt and W, or Alt W. I don't know how you guys say it, but I say Alt W. Okay, so now we're here in our grid gray theme thing. So yeah, now to move around, you hold the middle mouse button, or you can go on these buttons down here. Yeah, I I don't know. There you go. Okay. But basically it's better with the with middle mouse button. But in case you have a touchpad or I don't know what you use, then you use it here. Here's all your other tools too, like zoom and stuff like that. Um, okay, to rotate, you hold Alt and with the middle mouse button, you control your rotation. Or one of the buttons here, I think it's this one, orbit sub-object. Um, what else? Well, by scrolling the middle mouse button, you zoom in, or you can have a more controlled zoom by holding Control and Alt and using the middle mouse button. Gives you more control over your zoom. Okay, that's basically how you move around. This little cube up here is the view cube. You may not have it in your view thing, and to put it in, you just go here, like right click on one of the buttons, go to view cube and show the view cube. You gotta take that. Now basically what this does is it lets you while you're in your perspective or your 3D mode, you can go to top view, I don't know, back view. Like it lets you pick all the views from your perspective view. So you don't have to press Alt W and go into another view and Alt W again. No, you just use the view cube. Okay, now I'm gonna talk about these panels here. I never really used these last three and this one rarely, and hierarchy, I don't know how you guys say it, is too complicated for now. So right now we're just gonna focus on the create module, which is this little sun or yellow thing. Here are the standard primitives like a box, or wait, I have it disabled somehow. Yeah, it's here on wireframe. If it's on wireframe, just change it to realistic, and then you get your 3D-ness. I don't know. Here you have your basic tools, the sphere, all that. Here you have splines, a line, you can curve it around, yes, very cool. Here you have the lights, which are basically, I don't know, we're going to go into lights once we go into modeling. Like once we finish our first model, I will show you how to light and texture your model. And these last three are systems and gravity and stuff like that. And these are the cameras, but we're not going to use them unless we're going to animate some day, some time of the year. Okay, so now there's this little trick here or option, which when you press on a object, you can take or untake auto grid. What it does is it lets you create one object on top of another. See? You can basically create just one and then two, that creates them on the spot you want to. Like, I can create one here. Okay, that's auto grid. It's very important, especially for modeling. Now, I guess I could show you the basic tools for modeling. So, if you want to model, you just like, well, you have your basic object. Oh, and what I forgot before we go into modeling is this blue tab. It's modifiers. It's like that small tab you get when you create an object in Cinema 4D. It's like basically the same thing. You can adjust the length, the width, and the height. Your segments, it's all the same really. Nothing special. Okay, and here in the modifier list you have like your effectors, or like it's the effectors in 3ds Max basically. If you come from Cinema 4D, if you don't, it's basically effects. Like for example, a turbo smooth. It's like a hypernerves. It smoothens out the object. Okay, so now to model I have 3 different options. Well, 4 actually. Well, I've never tried the last 2. I know for sure that 2 are different options. You can either convert to editable mesh, which has different tools, or what I always do is convert to editable poly, which has the better tools in my opinion. Now these little red things here are your selection tabs. These are the points or vertices. See here, I select 1, here select 2. Oh, 2, I almost forgot the move tools, the scale tool, and the rotation tool. The move tool is with W, if you press W, or you can just go up here. Like there's also a button there if you don't have a keyboard, but I think you should have one for the sake of this program. W, then E is for rotation. You see, rotation, wow. Or up here. And R is for the scale. Yeah, scaling. Wow, amazing. Now, with the A button, or with this button, you can toggle your uniform rotation. Like, it now rotates by... Okay, you can't really rotate that. Wait. It now rotates by exact like measures. If I don't know, like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, etc. Okay, so these are your selections right here. Vertices. Oh, and one more thing. With Q, you get the selection tool. That's like the thing you paint with. I don't know. In your Cinema 4D. Now, here you have your different types of selection modes. You have this rectangular selection mode. You have weird spline selection mode. The very weird, which I don't understand, like drawing selection tool. And your spray can selection tool, which is like the one in Cinema 4D, basically. And my personal favorite is the box or rectangular one, because you have more control, my opinion. Okay, so now, again, to the selection things here. These are vertices, or like dots or edges, points. These are, yeah, it's just 1 point. That's why it's like first. Then the edge is 2 points. It's like a edge, a line, whatever you want to call it. And this is the border, which is basically like, let's say if I make a hole and then choose border, I get those 4 lines. It's like a better line selection tool. Now the fourth is polygon, which is like 4 vertices together, which form like a face. And the last one is element, which selects like the whole object. Okay, I guess that the option you use most is polygon editing. Yeah, That's the one I use most, so yeah. Here are the basic tools. Like, oh, to select multiple faces, you hold Control and just click around. If you hold Shift, it selects like a loop selection, if you know what I mean. And with Alt, you can deselect faces. Okay, so let's select these parts. This is not like a real modeling tutorial, it's just to show you the tools so you can like practice a bit, and then on Thursday or Friday I shall upload my next tutorial, which will be more specific and more and better modeling, like sort of say. Okay, here you have the tools. You got extrude, it's basically the same as in Cinema 4D. You've got the inset, which is like extrude inner. Yeah. You got the bevel, which is like it does it extrude and then it scales it. Also kind of like in Cinema 4D. These other ones we will learn like in our more or specific modeling tutorial. So yeah, it's just about like basically you can do anything just by using those three tools. You don't really need anything else. Um, yeah, extrusions, etc. Pretty easy, pretty basic. Okay, you got a basic shape. I don't know, a cube, a weird cube. So yeah, next time, probably Thursday, I will upload the next tutorial, which will then teach you how to model complicated things. And we will probably model, I don't know, a robot arm or something. So it will be a rather long tutorial. Or I don't know, a customized sphere. I have no idea. I gotta think about that. So yeah, thank you. This has been my first tutorial. If I need to improve on anything, tell me. I'll be glad to improve. I'm happy about feedback. If you dislike this video, please tell me why, because I really don't like useless disliking. Like, it's not that I care, but I can improve if you don't tell me how. And yeah, this has been my first tutorial. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.